Owl.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Sleep.
Well, there you go. That's the answer to the question the episode is providing for us.
Yay.
Owl's just gonna sleep, which is literally nothing new.
Nope. I just want to sleep and then I can't sleep and the cycle continues.
That's how that goes.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna figure out what old Ellie wants to do today on this week's episode of Jared and Al Watch Love Live. It's episode number 8. I'm Jared, that's Doc Allen Ladium.
Hello.
And we are discussing season 1, episode number 8, entitled What I Want to Do Is... ... Because we're going to figure out what she wants to do.
Yep.
And what it is.
So Ellie's been weird this whole series so far.
Yep.
And we got a little bit of insight into who she is last episode.
Yep.
But we're gonna find out a little bit more of what she's all about here.
Yep. I find it weird. Okay, this is very off topic,
Yeah.
but I find it very weird that this wiki page just gave me an ad for a college. Like, need a class? And it's like, I don't think that's going to be possible right now. A, I've already graduated. B, schools aren't open. Come on.
See, it's like the middle of the semester.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Weird.
Yep.
Speaking of schools.
This was going to close.
Yeah.
Speaking of schools being closed.
Yeah. Kotori's mom talks to Honoka and the rest of Muse. The school's getting closed down if the forthcoming open day, which I guess is just like an open house, is not received positively, or they're not basically able to get enough potential applicants to be like, I would go to this school. So Honoka hears that, Ellie hears that, and Ellie is basically trying to find a way to attract new students, while Honoka and the rest of the Muse are doing the same thing. Of course, Ellie's doing her own thing. Yes. Umi brings her idea that she kind of came up with last episode of being like, hey, what if we got Ellie to teach us how to dance better? Because we're kind of not great at that. Because she's actually real good at that. She goes to Ellie and talks to her about it, and Ellie's like, okay, sure, I guess I'll do that. The training's gonna suck.
It's gonna be real
I'm
hard.
gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. This is gonna suck. You're gonna hate me. But they're like, okay, we'll do it.
And he's like, bring it.
Mm-hmm. She puts them through like her first training, and it's like, yeah, I told you guys this is gonna suck. Like, that's how it is. And they're like, yeah, we'll keep doing it though, no worries. And she's like, what? What? I'm gonna leave now.
They're all just suffering, but ready to suffer more.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Ellie's just like very weirded out by what just happened because she figured like, oh, they'll just hate me. They'll just like fire me the first day. This will be easy. No problem. And then they didn't. And I'm like, I don't know what to do now. I'm very confused. Prior to this as well, she has a meeting in the student council office with like some of the people that works with her. Just like, hey, let's figure out a way to bring in new potential students. And one of them's like, what if we got the school idol club do a performance? Like, yeah, we could do this and do all that. And Ellie's like, no.
It's basically like that comic where somebody says something that like makes sense, and then the next shot is him being thrown out the window. Like that's
basically, yeah.
That's what happens here. I think part of the thing with Ellie, and I could be wrong on this, is that she expected them to give up once she went hard on them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't only just that like they don't hate her, but also like they're tenacious.
Yeah.
So
she is not adequately prepared for like their drive and determination.
Yes.
Because she thinks they're just doing this for the sake of doing it, and there's no like point to doing it.
Right.
Specifically, with the idea that the school is shutting down, why would you put this much effort into something when it's not going to reap you the benefits?
Right.
But that's just the way it is.
That's a song.
God. So
Things never change.
all the while this episode's happening, Ellie's just becoming more and more confused and conflicted about what she wants to do, how she feels like she should lead the school and everything. Because she is very adamant and determined not to let the school shut down.
Right.
Like, she's not doing this just because, like, oh, she doesn't like the school idol club. She's like, she wants to figure out her own way to save the school and not necessarily have to rely on them. She has a conversation with Nozomi at one point, and Nozomi's like, hey, what if you just do what you want to do instead of being, like, going with what people's expectations for you are? And she's like, I can't do that. I want to join them, but I can't.
I've been such a jerk to them.
They
so
will
hard.
hate me. I must run away now.
Goodbye.
And then Nozomi's like, hey, girls, I got some tea for you. I'm going to spill it for you. Yo, did you hear about Ellie? She wants to join you guys. What a nerd. It's like, oh, okay, well, let's invite her to join.
It's funny.
They like have she's like sitting in a classroom by herself, and then they all just like bum rush her, and they're like, yo,
You want to be part of this group?
you want to join Muse? And she's like, no, I can't.
You want to be a moose?
You want to moose with us? And they're like, well, too bad, you're joining anyways. And they're like, okay. She's like, okay, I'll do it then, fine.
Twist my arm, why don't you?
I'll be honest with my feelings. And then Hanukkah's like, yeah, we got 8 members now. And then Nozomi's like, ho, ho, ho. I believe you mean 9 members. Ho, 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 ho. And they're like, what?
What?
And he's like, well, I'm joining too. Ho, ho.
It's in the cards.
You have to believe in the heart of the cards. They're like, okay, I guess. And she's like, well, of course I would have to join because I'm the person who came up with your name. And they're like, what? She's like, yes, Muse, the 9 goddesses of music. It had to be 9.
She basically said something to the effect of like, the card said that like once the 8 people are together, then the 9th will join. She's like, yeah, it's obviously me, duh. It makes no sense. I'm like, you know what? Sure, that's fine. I accept this.
Gotta have a lot of confidence in yourself to be able to pull that off too. Just be like,
Right?
yeah, the cards told me I was going to be the last member to join. This group isn't complete until I join the fray.
Right? Like, that's so... Man.
So we have 9 members.
We do.
We got a full group.
And we have a performance.
And then they perform a song at the open house. They perform Bokura no Live, Kimita no Life, aka the very first Muse single that came out. So we got some.
Ooh.
So this is similar to when in Sunshine they do the performance of the first single as well. So like you get to see some. They basically kind of reuse some of the stuff they'd already made for the single they'd already made.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago.
Yep.
So some of that CG in that scene is rough.
Real bad. Real bad.
I mean, obviously, this show kind of has a reputation for kind of having some reputation for having some rough CG, but like, obviously, this is a little bit rougher because it was made 2.5 years prior, and it's like the first Muse thing you ever see. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It was gnarly.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like if somebody in the crowd saw that bad CG, they're like, I want to join this school. But they don't see the CG.
Exactly. This is real life to them.
Yep.
They just all have the same expression the entire time.
God.
That's how things work.
Totally. Didn't you know?
Yeah. So that's how we end our episode with a full group performing, and the crowd's real happy with it.
Wonder what that will mean.
But we'll have to find out soon. And next time we will be discussing season 1, episode number 9. It's entitled Wonder Zone, which is also a song. It's also a song.
It's a song.
We are going to learn about the legendary maid in Akihabara.
Oh, I know who that is.
The person that Nico had the autograph of.
Yep.
Who could that possibly be?
I don't know. Maybe you play School Idol Festival and you'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
I mean, also this show didn't really make it plainly obvious at all when this first came up or anything. So
Right, true. It didn't beat around the bush there, but still.
yeah. So we'll learn all about that next time. But for now, if you'd like more from us, go to seasonlanguagecheckup.com or sec.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Language Checkup, Season Language Checkup OVA. You also find columns reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. And you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. So next time, let's figure out about a maid. Listen to some Wonder Zone.
Got a full moose now.
Full moose.